Powered by SSVEC, the award-winning Cool FM Sports welcomes you to Coppola Field here at Buena High School as the 9-5-1 Buena Fighting Colts are taking on the CIENEGA Bobcats, sitting at 4-10-1. Thank you so much to our sponsors who make this coverage possible. We'll talk about them more in depth as our broadcast goes along, but we want to give them a shout out here at the top of the broadcast. Thank you so much to Seniors Helping Seniors, Desert RV in Huachuca City, Stan Greer Millworks of Southeastern Arizona, Ed Morse Automotive Group, American Southwest Credit Union, TWN Communications, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration LLC, Vista Pros, The Doggo Lotto, the Sherry Ethel Team at Long Realty, Eagle Plumbing, Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, Sonic of Sierra Vista, and Duran Plumbing. Our sponsors here today, as this broadcast emanating from the Cool FM Live Sports page, being shared over to the main page here this beautiful afternoon. 91 degrees here in Sierra Vista today. It is going to be an absolute warm one, as these two teams literally just faced each other one day ago. And as they face each other today, after that big win by Buena that went 8-2, Buena looking for their 10th win of the season this afternoon. We're glad that you're joining us. Wherever you're joining us from, be sure to let us know in the post description, or the comment section, I should say, in the post descriptions, where you'll find all of our sponsors. We're grateful for each and every one of them. As you see, Buena warming up. We are right here just behind third base on the left field line. And it's technically opening day of baseball was last night, as the Yankees and the Giants ended up facing off. But the rest of opening day happened today. And this is, I think, my first broadcast of Buena baseball this season, which I'm grateful to be a part of. You know, Coach Tommy Fernandez coming off of the season that he had last year with 20 wins. It was an absolutely magical season 1 year ago. And now it's all about trying to reclaim that 5A Southern Division Championship. Pitching for the Colts today is number 11. And that is Landon Fields, the senior here at Buena. We are just past the 4 o'clock hour, looking at about 4:04 for time of first pitch. Up first is Byers for CIENEGA. Fastball in for a strike. For the first pitch here today, 2 umpires, 1 behind the plate and 1 in the field. I know there's a shortage of umpires across Sierra Vista. That one goes low, evens a count, 1 ball, 1 strike, making sure I have an eye on the scoreboard out in left center field. But just to the north of us is the Buena softball team. And the Buena softball team, is that called strike on the outside part of the plate? Makes it a 2-strike count. Buena softball is playing. I'm not sure if they're playing against CIENEGA over there, but we'll keep an eye on their score as well and give you those updates as the game proceeds. 1-2 count. And that's grounded over to first, picked up, scooped up, and put out. Great job by Aiden Barrett, the first baseman, making the single-handed put out at first. And that will bring up Hernandez for CIENEGA. Again, CIENEGA fell to Buena last night in CIENEGA as these two teams met each other 24 hours ago. Buena won 8-2. Now Landon throwing a breaking pitch there, getting Hernandez to swing and miss. Strike 1. Breeze picking up just a little bit here. And that is popped up. Tailing foul down the right field line, does go out of bounds. I think the last time John and I called a baseball game, we were dealing with insane winds and intermittent rain, as a matter of fact. And that was over at ALA for ALA's very first, ALA Sierra Vista's very first baseball game in the history of that school. A called strike 3, down and low as they throw it around the horn. Landon Fields gets his first strikeout of the day for out number 2 here in the top of the first. Again, this is not a game of the week broadcast where you'll have the score in front of you. While you're watching this, I'll do my best to keep you posted on that. It's 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top of the first inning, Davila coming to the plate for CIENEGA. Landon pitching from the stretch. That is popped up to right. The sun is right in the right fielder's face, but he makes the catch on one pitch. The third out. 3 up, 3 down for CIENEGA. BUENA will head into the dugout and get ready to come to the bat in the bottom of the first. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors who make this coverage possible. Of course, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, making sure that they're powering our youth sports coverage all season long, making sure it is free to you. And of course, you can stop by any of these other businesses that are helping this live stream sports coverage, like Seniors Helping Seniors, where the caregivers are seniors themselves who show up ready to exceed expectations. You can find them at southernarizonaSHS.com. Thank you also to Jeff Rose and his fantastic team out at Desert RV in Huachuca City that's aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. It's all happening at Desert RV in Huachuca City. And if you're in the market for an RV, travel trailer, fifth wheel, make sure you check out DesertRVCenter.com. The website is in the post description. Thank you to our good friends over at Stan Greer Millwork, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history spanning 40 years. Locations in Tucson and, of course, on South Highway 92 in Hereford. You can discover more at StanGreerMillworks.com and pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. Thank you so much to the MORSE Automotive Group, all of Sierra Vista, all of Cochise County. We're all backed by Morse. John and I stopped by the Morse Chrysler Dodge dealership, and we looked at, what was it, a Charger? It was an orange. It looked like the Dukes of Hazzard. And they were actually literally, whoever ends up getting that vehicle will have it look like that, except with an American flag on top, of course. And then stripes, racing stripes down the side. It's going to be a really cool looking vehicle there. This Tuesday, we'll head over to the Chevy Hyundai dealership. So you can check that out. But for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, stop by any of the Morse dealerships across Sierra Vista. Thank you to American Southwest Credit Union, where your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Online at ascu.org. Davila is pitching for the Bobcats as number 1, Skylar Leon steps into the batter's box. The leadoff hitter for BUENA watches a called strike. You know, it's been consistent, actually, the strike zone, low and away, at least from this vantage point. So low and outside, I should say. And Davila probably thinks of that as he saw the strikeout that happened before he got up and popped out to finish off that inning. That is a drive into right field. A leadoff single for Skylar. Puts one on with no outs here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Mason Staling, a sophomore, the present and future of this BUENA program. Of course, Skylar on first was a part of that 20-win season last year. And Mason looking to run it back in this sophomore year, sophomore campaign for him. As head coach Tommy Fernandez, the third base coach, right in front of us. Mason watches the ball go outside, 1-0. Here at Capola Field at BUENA High School. Jeff Davenport on the call, John Berger behind the camera. Try to keep Skylar honest. He's got a set of wheels on him and can definitely get down to second base in a hurry. But Davila on the mound for CIENEGA. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. Good move, pickoff move, back over to first. Skyler slides in safe. Again, only 2 umpires in this game, 1 behind the plate and only 1 in the field. And the sun shining bright across this field. That gets popped up. I don't know if there's enough room for the first baseman to go over and make the play. Oh, he had enough room, unfortunately. Thought he ran out of real estate. Was number 35, DeGraves. Playing first base. That one, there was a chance of getting a pop out there. So second life for Mason. One ball, one strike. Skyler goes, and that's popped up and will go out of play. So Skyler will jog back over to first base after sliding into second. That brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason. Glad you're joining us today. Let us know in the live chat where you're watching us from. It's BUENA High School Baseball. Here on Cool FM Live, the award-winning Cool FM Sports. That went a little high, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good eye by Mason. That fastball, that was smoking, coming off of the arm of Davila. Wind blowing out toward right center. That is popped up in the air. Skyler will have to go back as the left fielder shades over and makes the catch, forcing Skyler to go back to first base. The wind was kind of swirling. The left fielder for CIENEGA had to, saw it one way, had to shade back over towards center as that's the way the wind was blowing. A tough adjustment. And now there's a question going on at home plate. Oh, they needed some extra baseballs for the umpire to hold on to. That was Manchara out in left field who made that catch. Keeping an eye on that wind. Blustering around. Aaron Cortez up to bat. We've seen this young man over the last couple of years here on this varsity squad. Fantastic young student athlete. Remember, these are student athletes. They had pop quizzes, tests, homework that was due today. I've got some homework due tomorrow, I'm sure. Breaking pitch. Curveball on the first pitch there. Ends up hitting the strike zone, making it 0-1 to Cortez. Hadn't seen a big breaking pitch like that from Davila until that throw. As a fastball, it's bounced over toward Tommy. Misses the scoop as it flies down the left field line up against the fence. So one of the BUENA players will go shag that ball. This is an 0-2 count to Cortez. The number 3 hitter in the lineup here in the bottom of the first. And that'll be fouled away as well. So he hangs in there at 0-2 with 1 down, runner on first. 0-0 here in the bottom of the first. You know, it's always going to be exciting when BUENA meets CIENEGA, particularly for basketball. Not expecting a base brawl today, but you never know.
I think the baseball kids are a little classier.
From CIENEGA, you mean? We know that all the athletes from BUENA are classy. Yeah. Let's not put them all in the same lump. Watches that ball go by. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're saying that tongue-in-cheek. There was, a fight that broke out on the basketball court between CIENEGA and BUENA a couple years ago. It was pretty nasty between the parents and everybody was involved with it. That's a hit and run. Moves the runner from second or I'm sorry, moves the second baseman over to second base, and now Cortez caught in a pickle, but no, because the first baseman fell down. A beautiful hit and run executed to perfection. As now, I'm not sure if Tommy is going to talk to the home plate umpire about interference on the baseline. Either way, where we sit, it's one down with runners on the corners. The two umpires on the field will talk it over and see what conclusion they come to. But that hit and run was absolutely gorgeous. It ended up shading the second baseman over towards second, and that was where the hole was. So they're saying everything stands. One down, runners on the corners. And now they call time for the CIENEGA head coach to come over and have a chat. A little bit of chatter coming from the BUENA dugout. And Coach Tommy ended up putting an end to that right away. I didn't catch the number of the batter who's stepping into the batter's box. And, of course, he's left-handed, so I can't see the number from here. So, you know, CIENEGA's coming off an 8-2 loss. They've lost 3 of their last 4, where BUENA has won 2 of their last 3. BUENA currently sits 9 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie. And you're like, how can they tie in baseball? Well, it was probably because it was earlier in the season. There was no lights at the field, like there is no lights here at Coppola Field at BUENA High School. And the darkness set in, and so it was determined a tie. I believe it's Aiden Barrett at the plate. Again, runners on the corners with only 1 down, a 1-0 count. That's a strike called. Evens a count, 1-1 with 2 on. And it looks like, oh my goodness, whoever BUENA is playing is leading 6-0 over on the softball field in the first inning, and BUENA is still in the field. So it is still the top of the first. Oh, that was a really slow throw over to first base. Looks like they're holding the runner on first, but they're not holding Skyler on third. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. High outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So it is Aiden Barrett, number 6. Runner goes. Pitch is outside. And now there's 2 in scoring position. So 3-1, the count now to Aiden Barrett with 2 in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. BUENA looking for their 10th win of the season. Swing and a miss on the low breaking pitch. So that will make it a full count. And BUENA softball finally gets out of their top of the first, but they gave up 8 runs in the top of the first. It's 8-0 over on the softball field. But here on the baseball field, still 0-0 in the bottom of the first as that goes outside to load the bases. Aiden Barrett will take his base as number 25, Colton Garrett, comes to the plate. Barrett followed by Garrett. So, 1 down, bases loaded for BUENA here in the bottom of the first. As Colton comes to the batter's box. Now pitching from the stretch is Davila. A bouncer ends up going high through the glove of the second baseman into center field. 2 runs will score, and now BUENA has runners on the corners with 1 down. It's 2-0 BUENA. A 2 RBI single by Garrett here in the bottom of the first. Taking a look at the batter's box, it's hard to see that number. I did not catch it before. It looks like it starts with a 3. I think it's Cole Isaacson at the plate. If it is, Cole, a junior. So, over on the softball field, again, BUENA down. They're in the bottom of the first, 8-0. A nightmare top of the first for the BUENA defense. But here on the baseball field, it's 2-0 BUENA with 2 on and only 1 out. And Cole Isaacson at the plate for the Colts. We've watched him over the last couple of years on this varsity squad. Watches that first pitch right at the knees, called strike. The 2 RBI single by Garrett made it 2-0. As again, they're holding Garrett on first, but Aiden Barrett free to roam on third. That pitch goes in the dirt. Great job by the catcher to keep that in front of him. There's a lot of real estate behind him should that ball get away. Only 1 down here in the bottom of the first. We saw Cole really break out last year, have a fantastic year during that 20-win season. He was a huge part of the offense for the Colts during that time frame. And the Colts already with 9 wins this season, looking for win number 10. And back-to-back wins, a breaking pitch hits the zone. Two and 2. With 1 down, runners on the corners. As this is a repeat of the game that was played just 24 hours ago up in Cienega. These 2 teams literally just stepping off the field against each other, stepping back on the field against each other. That'll bounce into left field. 1 run will score. They will hold the runner at second. It is an RBI single for Cole Isaacson, and it's 3-0 BUENA with only 1 out. That'll bring up Alex Jackson, senior, for the Colts. Again, watched him these last few years. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the award-winning Cool FM Sports has been covering these teams for many years now. We've seen them grow up through these programs and watched as they've developed under head coach Tommy Fernandez and his coaching style, his method, being able to inspire these players and get them ready for the great things that are in store for them this season in the 5A. So far, BUENA has only faced 1 5A Southern opponent, and that is CIENEGA last night, as they won 8-2 in Cienega. And that was actually the Bobcats' conference opener as well. They sit at 0-1 in the 5A Southern as the Colts 1-0. Looking to go 2-0. Alex Jackson at the plate, 2 on, 1 out. Runners on second and first. Ajax watches that one go in the dirt for 1-0. Still 91 degrees according to the iWatch. It is a warm one out here today. Decent crowd over in the stands behind home plate. I'd always love for you to join all the Buena sports and support Buena athletics here in Sierra Vista. The breaking pitch fouled to the backstop. So 1-1. Alex Jackson. Both teams wearing dark colored uniforms. Buena highlighted by the Buena blue numbers. Boy, swinging and missing on that breaking pitch. Gorgeous pitch by Davila. That was nasty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitcher Landon Fields in the on-deck circle. And swing and a miss in the dirt. Are they going to move the runners ahead? They will. Actually, runners were going on that play. So now with 2 down, and there's 2 in scoring position, the pitcher himself, Landon Fields, the senior, steps into the batter's box. So it's starting pitcher versus starting pitcher. They're not holding either runner on. They're just going to try for the force out at first or a pop fly out. They're not going to make any pickoff moves. The defense is playing where they normally do. That is a line drive to the second baseman, bobbles it for a second, picks it up, throws it over to first to get that 3rd out. So 3 come across the plate over the course of the bottom of the first. We will head to the top of the 2nd, and I believe the scorekeeper does not know that you can't count that run that goes across after the force out at first base, as they have it as 4-0. It's actually 3-0. It is 3-0. Hopefully they'll watch this broadcast or tune in and someone will correct them. But in the meantime, we want to thank our fantastic sponsors who make this coverage possible. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration of Sierra Vista, pioneering a visionary approach of customer-centric service. We just talked to Jason from Prestige over at the old Circle K on South Highway 92 as Thunder Mountain Church is transforming that building into a food pantry and ministry outreach center right there on the Highway 92 corridor, just south of Buffalo Soldier Trail and Canyon de Flores in that neck of the woods. Very exciting to see what they're doing out there on the south side. And thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration for being one of our sponsors online at prestigesierravista.com. Thank you to Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, proud supporters of our local athletes and the community we call home. Vista Pros, local, reliable, professional. Thank you to the Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show. We're based right here in Sierra Vista. Pick your lucky numbers for free at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. And watch the show every Monday at 6 p.m. on Cool FM Live to see if you won. So far, let me see if I can say this right. So far, over $2,500 in cash and prizes have been given away in the Doggo Lotto, and you can register for free. coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Top of the 2nd inning, Cienega at the bat, specifically number 14, Balmer. the third baseman, as Landon stays on the mound for the Colts with a 3-0 lead. Ballmer rifles one over to shortstop, picked up easily by Aaron Cortez, thrown over to first. One pitch, one down. That is a pitcher's dream to have a defense like that, where you know that whether there's a ground ball, a fly ball, you know that your team is going to get there to make the play. It makes your job so much easier. Menchara at the plate for CIENEGA now with one down. BUENA leads 3-0. Beautiful fastball right across the knees. On the softball field, they're in the top of the second inning now. It's 8-0, still 8-0 over there, as the visiting team is leading the BUENA softball team. And that's a shot that's going to slip into center field. So a one-out single for Menchara will bring up Arenas for CIENEGA. A lot of encouragement for Landon from shortstop Aaron Cortez. They're going to hold the runner on first. Skyler playing in at third, right on the fringe of the grass. As that pitch goes low, 1-0. Those of you tuning in, we are live at Capola Field here at BUENA High School. Colts lead 3-0. It's the top of the second. There's one out, one on, and a 1-0 count to Arenas. Throw back over to first, just to keep the runner honest. Work on that pickoff move. Colts looking for their 10th win of this season. Hard to believe there's been that many games thus far. These weeks just fly by. The month of March here on this opening day, the official opening day of baseball. That was technically opening night last night, but opening day today. All of these student athletes out here, they have their favorite major leaguers that they've grown up with. Probably different than the ones that we had when we were growing up, John.
Sure. They don't know who Ivan Rodriguez is.
Pudge Jr., the second Pudge. Of course, the first Pudge was Carlton Fisk, who ended up donating his moniker to Ivan Rodriguez. Runner goes, pitch is in the dirt, it gets past the catcher. So Menchara in scoring position now, as that was ball 3 that ended up getting past the BUENA catcher. So a 3-1 count, one down, runner on second. Here in the top of the second, Arenas with a hitter's pitch coming from Landon Fields, the pitcher for BUENA. Colts wearing their black jerseys on a 91-degree day, with Colts emblazoned on the front, their number on the back. And that was a foul tip, so that will run the count full. Beautiful fastball by Landon. Menchara on second. Arenas at the plate with a full count. From the stretch, Fields, the pitch. Breaking ball being fouled. Arenas hanging in there. Still a very light breeze coming across the field, which certainly feels nice. We're at 4:35, about a half hour into this game. Payoff pitch. And that is lined, and that gets past the shortstop. Will they hold the runner at third? They do. So the ball gets past Cortez as he was shading over towards second to try to keep the runner closer to second base. That ball was hit right where he would have normally been in his normal fielding position. Instead, the full count pitch goes into left field, And CIENEGA, the Bobcats, have runners on the corners, and the tying run coming to the plate with only one out. Number 33, you were just talking about Ivan Rodriguez. This is A. Rodriguez. Not sure what his first name is, but his last name is Rodriguez, number 33 at the plate for the Bobcats. Runner goes. They throw down to second, and wisely they cut the throw off. Mason Staling, the second baseman, cut the throw off. But two in scoring position with only one out here in the top of the second. The tying run at the plate for CIENEGA. And that's a bouncer that goes toward first base. Picked up, forced out at first. The run will pass the plate, and the runner on second will advance to third. It is 3-1 with two down. Runners on the corners. DeGraves steps into the plate, number 35. Alex DeGraves. I just heard somebody say Alex. So tying run on first. Here in the top of the second. Watches that pitch a little high. Ball one. Beautiful fastball. Painted the outside part of the plate. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of communication from the infield toward their pitcher. Very encouraging words being thrown his way. That breaking pitch did not break, stayed high. 2-1. It is still 8-0 over on the softball field. Here on the baseball field, 3-1. BUENA in the lead. And that's a strike again. They're calling that low and away. That is a strike just about every time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down. Deuces are wild in a 3-1 game. Tying run on first for CIENEGA. I'm sorry, tying run at the plate for CIENEGA. Swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC. And that powerful strikeout could not have come at a better time for Landon Fields with a runner on third and the tying run at the plate. But CIENEGA gets one across as we head to the bottom of the second. The Colts lead 3-1. Thank you for joining us today for this award-winning Cool FM Sports broadcast here on Cool FM Live Sports, emanating from the Live Sports page, going to the Cool FM Live main page, brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or land, make your first call to the real estate experts at the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Thank you to Eagle Plumbing, the Balsiger family, providing expert service all across Cochise County for 50 years, family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They're just one call away. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza. Boy, I was just thinking of Vinny's the other day, John, when we were driving around in that neck of the woods, and I thought, man, I could use a meatball sub right now. Their meatball sub is my favorite. That's my go-to. Vinny's Pizza, of course, providing the best pizzas, sandwiches, and wings for over 45 years in our community. Proud supporters of our live stream sports coverage. Thank you to Sonic of Sierra Vista. Wacky Pack Wednesday was yesterday. $2.49 kids meals. And today is Thursday. So Thursday, 99-cent corn dogs. You can stock up on your corn dogs there at Sonic on East Fry Boulevard. Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10-plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. More proud supporters of our live stream coverage, powered by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Jeff Davenport, John Berger here at Capola Field. BUENA leads 3-1 as we start off the bottom of the second with Vincent Haros, the senior for BUENA, coming into the batter's box. Davila on the mound for CIENEGA. Boy, pops him up on the first pitch. That goes over the backstop, out of play. Strike one. Coach Tommy wants one of his players to go shag that ball. Inside. Evens account, 1-1. Thanks so much for tuning in wherever you're watching us from today. Line drive into right field, base hit. On a 1-1 count. Runner on for BUENA. And we are back to the top of the order for the Colts. Now Skylar Leon steps into the batter's box. Great job by Vincent to get on base. And a beautiful swing and hit into right field. We'll see if Skylar can do the same as he did. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit and a run scored and a stolen base. Did a lot in that first inning, as now he's coming up for his second at-bat here in the bottom of the second. Checks a swing, but a strike called. So 0-2.
Eddie Barrett says, "Good luck, Colts," and Alex Jackson viewing from Indiana.
Oh, awesome. Alex viewing from Indiana. And thanks so much to Eddie for the kind comments. Absolutely. We're rooting for BUENA. But, of course, we want all of our teams to play well. And if you're rooting for CIENEGA, let us know. We will always spotlight the positive plays that the opposite team makes when they do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davila on the mound for the Bobcats. Skylar stays in there. That ball tails foul on the first base side. Colts lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Leon. We've watched Skylar develop over the years. Just a fantastic baseball player. Runner goes. Hit and run. That's high into center field. Center fielder comes in, makes the catch, and they send Haros back over to first. As that is the first out here in the bottom of the second. Mason Staling comes to bat next. Skylar gave him some words of advice as they met. Oh, a bunt. Interesting. The bunt is fouled away. 0-1 to Mason. As Vincent on first. 1 down. Oh, fastball. Boy, you could hear that thud right in the back. It sounded like it hit the meat of the back. It just sank right there, went thoof. So Mason gets to first, but he gets there the hard way. First base coach, Ryan Haymore, checking him out, making sure he's okay. You know, hearing a Mariah Carey song as a batter steps up to the plate, that usually isn't what you expect to hear. You know, you expect to hear like a Ozzy Osbourne or Metallica. Instead, it's Mariah Carey. That's all right. It's Aaron Cortez, the junior, at the plate with 2 on and 1 down. Nothing against Mariah Carey. She's one of the few, I think she's the only artist to have a #1 hit in the 90s, 2000s, and 2020s. Female artist. I can't remember what the trivia question was. It was a trivia night we were doing, and I came across that question. I thought, that is a fascinating question. And I don't think anybody guessed it. Dolly Parton is the only female country artist, actually the only country artist who's had a top 10 hit in 6 different decades, which is pretty wild.
So those Christmas albums.
Yes, yeah, particularly Mariah's Christmas album is what helps, because that ends up getting back up to the top of the charts, being played every Christmas. Hey, her version of Joy to the World is still one of my favorites. That ball goes in the dirt, makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Cortez, as runners on first and second. Here in the bottom of the second, Colts lead 3-1. Davila ahead in the count. Throws another one in the dirt. The runners advance. So that puts 2 in scoring position. With only 1 out, and makes it a 2-2 count to number 2-1, Cortez. Are you on your phone checking me to make sure my trivia is right? Is that what you're doing, John? Okay, all right. Oh, okay, good job. Like John's like, oh, I don't believe you, and I'm like, you shouldn't. I mean, again, I put together 30 trivia questions of all different categories for 2 straight years. Every week. Fouls that one away. Hangs in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's 10-0 over on the softball field now, as the Colts are down in the third. It's the top of the third over there. Bottom of the second over here. 3-1 score over here. That is a high fly ball over to center field. Center fielder shading over. The runners will both tag. Nice sacrifice fly by Cortez. Scores 1. Advances the other runner to third base. And Cortez has an RBI. It's 4-1 Colts. The Boom greeting as he heads into the dugout. So 2 down, runner on third. Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Even with all this wind.
That's why it got canceled last night.
Oh, okay. I believe it's Aiden Barrett at the plate. Watches that breaking pitch. Cross the plate for a called strike. With a base hit, Aiden can make it a 4-run lead as it's 4-1. Here in the bottom of the second, they're not holding the runner on third. Aiden swings, foul to the backstop. 0-2. One thing about this BUENA team is even when they have 2 strikes against them, they're still very patient at the bat.
Disciplined.
Showing a great sense of discipline. That's a fantastic way to describe it, John. The 0-2 pitch from Davila. That goes high. It's Mason on third. Number 3, standing on third base. Now getting a good lead because they're not holding him on. The 1-2 pitch with 2 down, forthcoming. Base hit over to first, scooped right up, and racing to the bag. The defense gets there first. And that will bring the bottom of the second to an end, but not before BUENA gets one more across the plate, making it 4-1. As we head to the top of the third, I'll head back to my list of sponsors to thank them for making this coverage possible, like our good friends over at Seniors Helping Seniors, where seniors are caregivers and they show, well, ready to exceed expectations at Southern Arizona, SHS.com. Thank you so much to Seniors Helping Seniors, really supporting all of our sports programs, even John's sports show on the weekends. Thank you to Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build that community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising. Check out DesertRVCenter.com. Thanks to the good folks down at Stan Greer Millworks on South Highway 92 in Hereford, all of Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with that distinguished history spanning over 4 decades. They also have an office in Tucson. If you're watching us up in the CIENEGA area and you need some doors or windows, make your first call to Stan Greer Millworks online at stangreermillworks.com. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group all across Sierra Vista for sponsoring today's live stream sports coverage. Of course, all of Cochise County is backed by MORSE. American Southwest Credit Union with locations in Sierra Vista, in Benson, in Douglas. They believe youth sports builds character and the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. At ASCU, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering that high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. The Colts lead 4-1. Now CIENEGA will come to the bat in the top of the third. And over on the softball field, just to our north, it is 10-0. BUENA is down on the softball field as they'll come up in the bottom of the third. But here, Landon Fields in good control. Throws some heat. My goodness. That was one of those pitches where the umpire has to say, I think that sounded like a strike. Actually, he knew it was a strike because it was a swing and a miss. It's the very bottom of the order. Schlegel at the plate for CIENEGA. Thank you to the CIENEGA head coach for getting us their roster. That pitch goes inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Always glad to be bringing you this live stream sports coverage. Thank you so much for all the comments and the love in the live chat. That'll make it 2-2. Let us know which team you're rooting for in the comment section. Keep that live chat activated. And that is a called strike 3. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC. 1 down here in the top of the third. And the top of the order now at the bat for CIENEGA, Byers, number 18. The center fielder. Breaking pitch, sails a little high, 1-0. BUENA beat CIENEGA last night, 8-2. And it was close up until that top of the 7th when BUENA ended up scoring half of their runs in the top of the 7th. They put 4 across that ended up sealing the victory for them last night. And they're kind of picking up where they left off with the late runs in the game last night and 4 runs early in this game. That pitch goes inside. It'll be 3-0. Hitter's pitch. Coming to the top of the order, Byers for CIENEGA. And that is ball 4. So the first walk issued by Landon Fields comes here in the top of the third with 1 down. That'll bring up Hernandez. The shortstop for CIENEGA at the plate. the stretch, swing and a miss on that changeup. 0-1. My watch, for some reason, just told me to stand. I'm like, I've been standing this whole time, you stupid iWatch. How dare you tell me that? It's because I'm not, yeah, I know. It's because I'm so chill. It's like I'm sitting. Gets fouled away. 0-2. Fields throws back over to first base. Good pickoff move. Oh, fouled. That one went right off the catcher's mask. And Robin Murray, being the classy umpire that he is, he'll give the catcher a chance to catch his breath. After that ball goes foul right off his mask, he'll walk the ball out there, have a few words with the pitcher. Hand him the ball and let the BUENA catcher shake off the cobwebs, if there are any. Still 0-2. To number 3, Hernandez for CIENEGA at the plate. Robin will brush off the plate. You'll see him do that. He does that every single time that the catcher ends up getting hit by a pitch or getting drilled with something. He'll take that time to make sure and evaluate on the fly that the BUENA catcher is good to go, and he is. So 0-2, 1 out, 1 on. Landon from the stretch. That goes low. Just a little bit low. That fastball just below the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Great patience. Great eye by Hernandez. And that breaking pitch is driven into right center field, going all the way back to the wall. Has 1 bounce, 2 bounces to get off the wall. This could be a triple, if not more, depending on where that ball goes. A gorgeous RBI triple as the ball gets away from BUENA on third. I'll tell you what, if Hernandez wasn't busy celebrating there, he might have had a chance to head home. But he drives in 1. It is an RBI triple by Hernandez, taking it to the deepest part of this park, bouncing right in front of the 380-foot sign. It's 4-2 now. BUENA in the lead. CIENEGA with the tying run at the plate in the form of number 8, the pitcher Davila. Boy, the entire infield came in on that. The first base, second base, and shortstop. So what they're doing is they decided that if it's an infield ground ball and Hernandez heads home, they're going to try to throw him out at home. That breaking pitch is just not working that high, the high breaker, unless it was just a fastball that got away from him. It was had a little zip on it. Maybe it was just a fastball. But some of those breaking pitches that Landon's been throwing have stayed up. Luckily not up in the zone for a batter to really take advantage of. That one goes in the dirt. Good job by the BUENA catcher. I believe it's 3 balls. No strikes. Infield playing in. Pitcher versus pitcher. Davila watches that one go inside. 4 pitches equals 1 walk. Runners on the corners. The tying run is now at first base for CIENEGA, as they decide to come out and have a little meeting of the minds on the mound to chat about the pitch selection, the pitch count. Give Landon a chance to catch his breath. Again, BUENA wearing those dark-colored jerseys. The temperature has dropped to 89 degrees here in Sierra Vista today. I know. Almost wish I brought my long sleeves. So as the infield is in, we'd love for you to leave some love in the live chat in the comments section for whatever team you're rooting for. Let us know. If you're rooting for the Colts, if you're rooting for CIENEGA. Boy, if it is CIENEGA over there on the softball field, they have opened a can on BUENA. I think it's now 11-0. I just saw an RBI single over on the field to our north. They're in the fourth inning now, top of the fourth. And if that is CIENEGA over there, it looks like the same color jerseys that the team here is wearing. So runners on the corners, one down. Tying run on first base for CIENEGA. Strike called. It's number 14, Balmer. The third baseman for CIENEGA. With an 0-1 count. They fake the throw over to third, do the twist to first. Just to keep the runners honest. Landon shakes the first pitch off. Nods his head on the second call. As that fastball goes high in the zone, but gets past Balmer. 0-2 count. In a 4-2 game where the tying run is on first base for CIENEGA. Throw back over to first. Landon looks back over to first from the stretch. Swing and a miss for strike three. And Landon gets his third strikeout of this game here in the top of the third inning. That makes it 2 down. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC, serving our community. It's 4-2, BUENA on top. The tying run is aboard for CIENEGA. Manchara steps into the batter's box to face Landon for his second at-bat as Fields throws it back over to first base. Runner slides in safe. It is 12-0 now over on the softball field in the fourth inning. Boy, they could be looking for a mercy rule through 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, to get to 15.
Yeah, you got to have a 15-0 lead, I believe, or a 15-run lead. Not 15-0, but 15-run lead. We're just past the top of the 5 o'clock hour here in Sierra Vista, and we're in the top of the third. 2 down. Runner goes from first. They throw down to second, and they get the runner in a pickle. They throw home. Oh, a bad throw! The ball gets away, but Hernandez will score on that bad throw to home plate, and now the tying run is on second base. So it's 4-3. One ball, one strike count to Manchara. He can drive in the tying run with a single here with 2 down. And a big strike 3. But not before 2 come across for CIENEGA. They're chipping back. It's 4-3. BUENA's still in the lead as we head to the bottom of the third. Thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, that happens to be our turf box sponsor for the Doggo Lotto. But they're also doing some great things all across town. currently working on the old Circle K on South Highway 92 to turn that into a food pantry that Thunder Mountain Church is looking at doing. But if you have a remodeling or restoration project that you'd like to have done, make sure you contact Jason and the team at PrestigeSierraVista.com. 1, 2, 3 sticks as the Colts break their huddle. They're going to need some sticks to increase their 1-run lead. It was a 3-run lead before they got to the top of the third. Now they step into the batter's box in the bottom of the third as CIENEGA warms up. Thank you to Vista Pros Heating and Cooling. Local, reliable, professional. Thank you to the Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show. Every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, you can pick your lucky numbers for free or fetch your lucky numbers for free at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Over $2,500 in cash and prizes has been given away over the course of the 10 months that Doggo Lotto has existed. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary, believe it or not, of Doggo Lotto. Every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, right on Cool FM Live. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or land, you need to call your real estate experts, and that's what Sherry, Dion, and the entire team at the Sherry Ethel team do at Long Realty. And thanks again to Eagle Plumbing, the Bausinger family. If you want to flush like an eagle, you need to call Eagle Plumbing. Proud supporters of local sports and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs for over 50 years, serving all of Cochise County. And thank you to Vinny's Pizza. Boy, again, just thinking about that meatball sub last inning, or the 2 innings ago when we were talking about it. I think I might know where I might be going for dinner tonight. It's right down from my house. Exactly. That's right next to my house. On Frontage Road, serving the community of Sierra Vista for over 45 years with the best pizza, wings, and sandwiches. Proud supporters of our live sports coverage here on Cool FM Live. BUENA taking their time to get to the bat. Not sure where the umpire, the home plate umpire, disappeared to. Oh, there he is. Now he's coming back out. I was going to say, it looks like we were missing missing somebody. It was our home plate umpire. He'll step there in front of home plate, brush off the dish. So I'll take a sip of my awa. Got to stay hydrated today.
Not kidding.
Colton Garrett leads off the bottom of the third for the Colts. Called strike, low and away. Consistent call by home plate umpire Robin Murray, a good friend to Cool FM Live, keeping us posted on things that are going on for baseball across the county and the district. As the Little League season's underway, John and I were there for the opening ceremonies of Little League on Saturday. That breaking pitch broke so much, Colton thought he needed to duck out of the way. But it was out of the strike zone, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that is a high fly ball to right field, shading over a foul. Behind on that fastball, but he drove it quite a ways. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Colton. It's 13-0 over on the softball field in the 4th. BUENA at the bat, down 13-0. Here, BUENA's up by 1. That pitch just a little too far outside. I believe it's a full count. There's a 2-2. It says 2-2 on the scoreboard. Couldn't see what Robin did if he did 2-2 or 3-2. Either way, Colton leadoff hitter here for BUENA in the bottom of the third. Ground ball to short, scooped up, lobbed over to first. I think he got there in time. No, the first baseman was off the bag. Colton blazing down first base, ran it out. As the first baseman had to come off the bag. DeGraves and the head coach of the Bobcats will come out and have a word with the umpire, the field ump. That was a long toss for the shortstop to make. But according to the eyes of the umpire, Colton ran it out. And there will be one on as the leadoff runner ran out that infield single. Now Robin comes over, the home plate umpire comes over to have a word with the Bobcats head coach as he'll head back to the dugout. Cole Isaacson steps up to the plate, double three, with one on, nobody out, in a 4-3 game here in the bottom of the third. Tries to check his swing, doesn't do it. It's a swing and a miss. But wow, that was actually very close. As Colton makes it down to second base on the bobble by the catcher, but that was an absolute laser beam by the catcher to throw down to second. Colton probably should have slid in there. That ball was not that far behind him as he stood coming in standing to second base. 0-1 the count to Isaacson. Excuse me. That goes in the dirt. And no, he got hit by a pitch. I thought it was in the dirt bouncing, but it must have bounced off his foot. So Cole gets to first the hard way. And there are two on and no out for BUENA on the offense. And that brings up Ajax, Alex Jackson, a senior. As home plate umpire Robin Murray making sure that the area in front of the dugout gets cleaned up a little bit. So Jackson, they're holding both runners on. So the second baseman, there is a wide berth there to drive the ball into right field. There's a lot of room. Oh, and 1 count. Davila still on the mound for CIENEGA. Weird noises coming from the BUENA dugout. It's popped up in the air, going foul. Makes it 0-2.
It's like zoo noises.
It's a jungle out there, John. The cow goes. Those guys. 0-2 pitch gets slapped into right center field. No, into center field. Excuse me. That was like a line drive that went right to center with the sun in his eyes. The center fielder makes the catch, pushes both runners back to first and second. So one down. So the pitcher, Landon Fields, at the bat with 2 on, 1 down. His team leads by 1. And he gets hit by a pitch on that left arm. And they're...
It was taking him back. So he leaned into it.
Interesting. So Landon comes back. And will grab his bat. I don't know what the rule is there. So, oh, okay. So he just froze. And so there was no effort to move. The pitch is coming at you at 60 miles an hour. What are you supposed to do? You know? Does it count as a ball or a strike? Okay. So Coach Tommy from BUENA having a talk with Robin Murray about what we just saw. Tommy's holding his hand out, shaking his head as he walks away, respectfully, always respectful. So let's regroup here. Landon Fields at the plate, 2 on. Colts with a 4-3 lead. A breaking pitch in for strike 2.
Kathy Rohr says, "Go Alex."
Hey, Kathy, appreciate you taking the time to root Alex on. And there's a toss over to second, does not get it. As the slide comes in safe, and we're right back where we were. Had Landon been hit by a pitch and took first base. The bases are loaded with 1 down. And the Colts with a 1-run lead. And I believe it's Horace coming to the plate. It is. Vincent, number 9, steps into the batter's box. With only 1 out, a chance to give his team a decent-sized cushion. The infield for CIENEGA, the first and third are playing in, second shading in, shortstop playing deep, checks his swing. He did not go. So 1-0. So they're going to bring in a pinch runner for Landon as number 4 comes in. Unfortunately, I don't have number 4 on my Max Preps roster, or else I would say his name. But Landon comes to the dugout after getting that infield single. That's how this inning started, with an infield single. By the way, Mateo Luna, the pinch runner, on third right now for the Colts. As Vincent Haros, the senior, has a 1-0 count. Robin Murray makes his final adjustments to his little black book there behind home plate. More jungle noises coming from the BUENA dugout. It's like listening to John's phone when it rings. Davila. Man, there's a big lead on third. And that's going to be a fair ball. 1 run will score on the line drive off of the glove of Ballmer on third, just in front of the third base bag. An excellent call by Robin Murray, watching that from home plate. And a great call by Coach Tommy to tell him to go. It's 5-3 Colts. Base is still loaded. Only 1 out. So Coach Tommy is going into the dugout now after exchanging words with Robin Murray.
Not how loud the kids were.
So a noise warning, or taunting warning, perhaps. We're back to the top of the lineup, as now they have a meeting on the mound with the bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. BUENA leads by 2. Now the question is, do you bring in a new pitcher in this situation, or just give Davila the chance to take a few deep breaths? And as they talk to Davila, we'll say thank you so much to our fantastic sponsors, like Sonic of Sierra Vista. Hey, it's Thursday, which means there's 99-cent corn dogs going on East Pride Boulevard. If you're got a hankering for some corn dogs, stop by Sonic. Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and plumbing projects for 10 plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporters of our local sports coverage here on Cool FM Live. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors, where the caregivers are seniors themselves who show up ready to exceed expectations. You can learn more when you find them at southernArizonaSHS.com. Davila stays in the game. Skylar Leon comes to the plate. His team leading by 2 with only 1 out, and the bases loaded. A chance to open this game up a little bit further. The Colts had a 4-1 lead earlier in the game. They watched it evaporate. Skylar swings on a pitch that goes foul. It's 14-1 over on the softball field. BUENA down. I assume that game is all but a formality at this point. Whereas this game could be, depending on what Skylar's able to do with 1 out. Bases loaded. Watches that one go low and away. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. The 1-1 to number 1 goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike. From the stretch, Davila pitches, and that's going to be a called strike. Beautiful breaking ball. Hits the outside part of the plate. Evens the count, 2-2. As BUENA has a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. But the base is loaded. Coach Tommy shouting out instructions to his base runners. Good eye by Skylar. Runs the count full. So full count, bases loaded, 1 down. Payoff pitch. Goes inside and will walk in a run. Good eye by Leon. It's 6-3 Colts. And the bases are still loaded for Mason Staling. The full count, ball 4. Walks in the run. And that pitch goes in the dirt, 1-0 to Mason. Colts have scored 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. As that sun continues to set, almost getting right in the eyes of everybody on the right side of the field. The first baseman, second baseman, right fielder for sure. That pitch goes outside. It's like 2-1. Colts with the bases loaded. Mason at the bat. Fastball catches part of the plate. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The scoreboard was a little bit off. And that'll go in the dirt. It's going to be a hitter's pitch coming to Mason at 3-1 with the bases loaded. One run has already been walked in. Can they go back to back and force in another walk? Force in another run on a walk. Line drive into center field. That will score 2. A 2 RBI single makes it 8-3 BUENA here in the bottom of the third with 1 down. The boom greeting as they come into the dugout. And it looks like the Bobcats will have no choice but to bring Davila out of the game and bring in a relief pitcher. Looks like they're calling the right fielder in. I'm not sure if he's going to pitch or if he'll be switching with an infield position. That's Rodriguez out in right. Who goes into the dugout. They're kind of keeping an eye on him. So either they're doing a double switch or he will come in and pitch. He was just switching gloves. And that will be the new pitcher, is Rodriguez. Looks like Davila will stay in the field. So there was a double switch. And as he warms up in this 8-3 game that BUENA has opened up, as there is only 1 out, there will be runners on first and second. Thank you to Jeff Rose and his team out at Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. If you're in the market for a new fifth wheel, travel trailer, or RV, check out desertrvcenter.com. Website is in the post description. It's also in the post description. It's also StanGreerMillworks.com. You can pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks, as they've been Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history spanning over 4 decades. They have an office in Tucson. For those of you from CIENEGA watching us here on Cool FM Live, we appreciate you tuning in, as your team is down by 5 currently here in the bottom of the third. But if you and your home are looking for doors and windows, you need the best. You need Stan Greer Millworks. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group, serving all of Cochise County. We are all backed by MORSE, American Southwest Credit Union, with a location on Fry Boulevard, right across the street from Veterans Memorial Park, as well as in Benson with their new location on 4th Street, and down in Douglas as well, and in Sahuarita. American Southwest Credit Union, where your money stays local, member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. And thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. So we reset. Aaron Cortez at the plate. Rodriguez on the mound. Runners on first and second. 1 down. Called strike. Beautiful first pitch. Nice low fastball by Rodriguez. Makes it 0-1. As that goes up over the third baseman into left field. 1 run will score. Skyler ends up coming in all the way from second base on that short hit to left. And it is 9-3 Colts with 1 down and still runners on first and second. Aiden Barrett comes to the plate for the Colts. And on a long inning like this, you need to keep your pitcher warm, and that is exactly what's happening behind us as Landon is staying warm, staying loose, keeping that arm loose. As this inning is definitely stretched out here in the third. The Colts have opened that window, and the floodgates have come through. And there's another line drive into right field. Another run will score for the Colts. On a day where they're looking for their 10th win of the season, they get their 10th run across the plate. It is 10-3. Runners on the corners, only one down.
Well, at the beginning of the inning, they were talking about how they wanted all those runs. That's what they were cheering about.
They chanted sticks. 1, 2, 3 sticks. And my goodness gracious, have they put those sticks to action. So Colton Garrett, who I believe led off this inning, the Colts have batted around as runners on the corners with one down. Hernandez with the pitch, and that breaking pitch, that curveball, gorgeous, gets across the plate, 0-1. As over on the softball field, just to our north, it is the fifth inning. Buena's last chance as they're down 14-2. But here, it's 10-3. Just past the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour here at Capola Field in Sierra Vista at Buena High School. You are watching the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Colton Garrett at the plate for the Colts. Runners on the corners, one ball, one strike, one down. That is a high fly ball into right center field. It's going to land. One run will score easily. Will they send another runner around? They do. Aiden Barrett will get in. A 2-run double makes it 12-3 Buena. What an inning. The Colts have not only batted around, they have brought in a ton. So Garrett in scoring position. Drops the ball. The first baseman, that ball lined right at him, but with the sun right in his face, literally as it's setting, it is right in the eyeballs of the first baseman. He's able to get in front of it and get over to first base, knock it down, get the force out. So 2 down. So Mateo Luna, the junior, coming into pinch run one more time. He's on second base now. As it is a final score just to the north of us, Buena loses 14-2 on the softball field in 5 innings. Tough day at the office for the young ladies over there. And a tough day at the office for CIENEGA over here. That ball bounces. And Mateo steals third. One ball, no strikes. To Alex Jackson, number 5. That pitch goes high, 2-0. With 2 down, runner on third. Boy, BUENA just turned on the afterburners in this inning. That goes high, 3-0. Fastball by Rodriguez. Had a ton of speed on it, but sailed. Ajax with a hitter's pitch coming at 3-0. Do you take all the way, or when you have a 9-run lead, do you swing? Nope, he's taking all the way, and he takes a ball. Ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts Ajax on. Runners now on the corners as Landon Fields, who was literally just warming up behind us, keeping that arm loose. He steps to the plate with his team leading by 9. Here in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner goes. They fake the throw to second. So stolen base by Ajax. A 0-1 count to Landon Fields. Not sure if he'll be coming back out there. We're not going to, well, we might find out, but they're going to score another run off a base hit by Landon Fields and gives his team a 10-run lead. But the scoreboard says it's an 11-run lead. Scoreboard says 14-3. I thought it was only 13-3. Either way, it's a big lead for BUENA. Oh, yeah, runners were on second and third. Yeah, it is 14-3. Excuse me. So Landon gets a 2-run single. As this has got to be the worst inning for the CIENEGA Bobcats. 89 degrees out on this field. They've just been baking out there. Slow roasting, if you will, for the better part of half an hour. As Vincent Jaros comes up for his second at-bat of this inning. Watches a breaking pitch, called strike. Runner on first, a pinch runner on first for Landon as he went back into the dugout. After his 2 RBI single, that breaking pitch goes inside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. It is an 11-run lead for the Colts here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pop fly. Is it going to land? No one can see it. It lands right in front of the right fielder. They'll send the runner to third. Beautiful job by number 4 as the pinch runner. And puts runners on the corners as we're back to the top of the order. Skylar Leon coming up for his second at-bat in this inning. Well, when it rains, it pours. Last night, the Colts won with a final score of 8-2 against this same CIENEGA team tonight. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, they lead 14-3 with 2 down, runners on the corners. Skylar at the plate for the Colts. Watches that go into the dirt. They'll send the runner down from first to second. So Jaros gets a stolen base on the wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes to Skylar. from the stretch. Rodriguez. That goes high. Fastball. 2-0.
Kathy Pettit Elam says, keep it going, Sky.
Yeah, he will certainly do that. It is his second at bat of this inning, Kathy. Watches that one all the way. When you're up by 11, you wait for the pitcher to throw you a strike. And now you got the green light to do whatever you want. Skyler's going to do that. Two-one pitch goes high, makes it 3-1. Runners on second and third. As the Bobcats have just been boiling out here in the field, literally for 30 minutes. Over 30 minutes. And that is a line drive into left field. It will score one. Will they wave another runner around? They do. The throw home is not in time. It is 16-3. A 2 RBI single for Skyler Leon. And the scoreboard only says 15-3. I'm pretty sure 2 runs scored. And it was 14-3 a second ago. 2 runs scored. Even I can do that quick math. But either way, when you score this many runs, it's hard to keep track.
Starts getting into multiplication.
And now the head coach comes and he points at the right fielder. Rodriguez's day will come to an end as the Buena bats have been merciless. It is 16-3 officially on the scoreboard now with 2 outs. That 2-out walk comes back to haunt Rodriguez. Instead of getting out of the inning, it's a 13-run lead for the Colts. If you are rooting for Buena, you are leaving a ton of love in the live chat for this team as they are doing what they do. Oh, Kathy says yes. Great update by John there, keeping you updated on the score as we are in the 3rd inning. The bottom of the 3rd, and this game has belonged to the Colts. So number 35 is DeGraves, who was playing first base, went out to right field on the double switch when Rodriguez came in to pitch, is now on the mound, looking to get this 3rd out of this forever long 3rd inning. Absolutely insane, this onslaught by Buena. The sticks coming through big. Thank you to our sponsors, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, using that visionary approach of customer-centric service. Find them online at prestigesierravista.com. Thank you to Vista Pros, boy, with that sun kicking it up a notch these last few days. It reminds you, you might want to have your AC checked to make sure it's up and running in your home or office. Vista Pros, local, reliable, professional. Thank you to the Doggo Lotto that I host every Monday at 6 p.m. The #1 shelter dog game show in the world, where we go out to the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center and we spotlight a couple of animals who pick balls from this contraption that Dan Powers, the creator and inventor of Doggo Lotto, came up with, that he built. And it's a heck of a lot of fun. And the best part is that many, many dogs have been adopted. The dogs that have been highlighted and showcased on Doggo Lotto have been adopted. And there will be, I'm giving you a spoiler right now, there will be an updated adoption this Monday on Doggo Lotto. So be sure to tune in this Monday, 6 p.m. And you will, should I say you'll watch an adoption happen live? I think I could say that. But you'll see it happen live at 6 p.m. this Monday. I don't want to give it away just yet. So I'm not spoiling everything, just a little bit. to make you tune in and watch these amazing dogs fetch the balls, and you can win free stuff just by going to coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Over $2,500 in cash and prizes have been given away over the last 10 months, give or take. I think we're on episode 49, 48 or 49. So that's 11 months, actually, because there's 52 weeks in a year. So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Doggo Lotto. Absolutely ridiculous to think about, but we always remind you to adopt, don't shop, and check the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center Facebook page for any new dogs that have come in, and go visit these dogs. You know, maybe if you're looking for a four-legged friend, they're looking for forever homes. So by all means, you can help be that difference. You know what? They brought in a different person to pitch. That was number 7, Arenas. So I guess DeGraves was not happy with how he felt. Well, when you're down by 13, you can't put a pitcher in, you can't find the plate. So but again, it has been a slow roasting of this CIENEGA team out in the field as they've spent over 30 minutes in the field. Mason comes to the bat. Skyler on first. 2 down. Pops him up. Not sure if that's going to stay in play. The catcher gives chase, but it bounces off the top of the dugout on the CIENEGA side. 0-1. So Arenas from the stretch. Skyler goes, foul to the backstop, 0-2, and Skyler will return to first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. There's going to be a lot of scouts looking at Skyler over the course of this season, his senior year. I think there'll be great opportunities for him to play at the next level. And of course, Coach Tommy makes sure that these student athletes have their grades up. They need a certain GPA to stay on the team, because Tommy understands that someday baseball will come to an end, but your education, that can last you a lifetime. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now as that pitch goes in the dirt. They are playing Skyler on first. I don't know why. Why are you holding him on? Breaking ball, high hopper to second, thrown over to first for the force out. And after nearly 40 minutes of real time being in the field, the third inning comes to an end, and the CIENEGA Bobcats see their dugout for the first time in well over half an hour. It is 16-3 BUENA. And you are watching the award-winning Cool FM Sports here on Cool FM Live, emanating from the Cool FM Live Sports page. So CIENEGA will attempt to try to get some of those runs back, as this game is brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or land, make your first call to your real estate experts, the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Thank you to the Balsinger family at Eagle Plumbing, serving Cochise County for over 5 decades. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They are just 1 call away. Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road. Best pizza, wings, and sandwiches. Over 4.5 decades. Legacy business in Sierra Vista. Make sure you stop by there for the best pizza, wings, and sandwiches. And if you want some corn dogs, you'll stop by Sonic on East Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. It's 99-cent corn dogs tonight on East Fry. Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County with residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10-plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud to support our athletes and programs on Cool FM Live. In a game powered by SSVEC, we're in the top of the fourth. Buena leads by 13. And Arenas, who was just on the mound pitching, will lead off the top of the fourth for the Bobcats. As Arenas watches the ball go by. As they keep Landon Fields on the mound. Interesting ball call there. That looked really good. 2-0. Robin Murray has a better view than we do. Swing and a miss on the fastball by Fields. Two balls, one strike. That goes low and away. Just out of the zone that Robin's been calling all night. Well, all afternoon. So 3-1. Popped up, and that's going back behind into the stands, just behind the grandstands. So a full count for the leadoff hitter here in the top of the fourth. Bobcats, Arenas, who came in to get that last out in the bottom of the third. And he pops that one straight up in the air. And there it is. Beautiful catch by the shortstop, Aaron Cortez. One down. That'll bring up Rodriguez, number 33. Boy, he was way behind on that fastball. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Two heaters coming in from Fields. Swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community and powering our live stream sports coverage all season long. Two down. Nobody on. Top of the fourth. As DeGraves steps up to the plate, he was on the mound for about 3 pitches to come in relief of Rodriguez, but instead they made the switch to Arenas. Goes low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. From the stretch, Fields on the mound for Buena, throws that into the dirt, gets past the catcher. Colts on their way to their 10th win of the season. As that fastball goes up and in. Good jump by DeGraves to get out of the way of that one. So on the 3-0 count, Fields puts a strike across. He went full with the last batter. And he's going to do the same with DeGraves. Two down, full count, nobody on, payoff pitch. And that goes low, and DeGraves will get on board, a 2-out walk. Should bring up Schagel. So the catcher has to take off his catcher's gear, taking off the leg straps, the leg protectors. So again, the sun is just bearing down on the whole right side of the field. Second baseman, even the right fielder right now for the Colts, is having to put his hand up to block the sun. High in the zone, but called strike. Oh and 1 with 1 on, 2 down. Swing and a miss, 0 and 2. The 0-2 pitch. And the breaking ball just a little bit high. 1 and 2. Fouled off. That's why they have the fence there in front of that dugout. Still a 1-2 pitch coming with 2 down, 1 on. Swing and a miss. I believe that is either I think it's the 6th strikeout by Landon Fields. He has been dominant on the mound, giving up 3 runs, a couple of them unearned. He's had a good day on the mound. The Colts will go into the dugout to the bottom of the 4th. If they get 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th, this game will be history. It looks like Caleb Piper, the sophomore, warming up to take his first at-bat in this game. That is brought to you by SSVEC, Seniors Helping Seniors, Desert RV, Stan Greer Millworks, the MORSE Automotive Group, American Southwest Credit Union, TWN Communications, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, Vista Pros, the Doggo Lotto, the Sherry Ethel Team, Eagle Plumbing, Vinny's Pizza, Sonic on East Fry Boulevard, and Duran Plumbing. Glad that you're joining us today. Thank you for all the love and live chat, all the comments that have been streaming in all game long. Number 7, Arenas will stay on the mound for the Bobcats. Looking ahead, again, if BUENA gets 2 runs in this inning, it will be ball game, 15-run rule after 4. And the Bobcats sitting at 4-10-1, 4-10-1, have lost 3 of their last 4. The Colts have won 2 of their last 3, looking for their 10th win, looking to seal their 10th win. They're 1-0 in the 5A Southern. Of course, that one came last night against these same CIENEGA Bobcats in an 8-2 win. So the Colts have doubled their offensive output from last night. And if they have just a little bit more in this inning, John can go home and lie down.
Shopping for gear.
Always good to do. Keep an eye out for all that gear that's ready to be purchased and used by all of us at Cool FM Live. All the things going on. The next game for the Bobcats, boy, they're playing 3 straight games, playing tomorrow night at home against Casa Grande. The Colts will be on the road to Nogales on Tuesday, the 31st. As the music rocks in the background, it's a 13-run lead for BUENA here in the bottom of the 4th. On the official opening day of the Major League Baseball season. When I was growing up, I was a big fan of the Oakland A's when I lived in Germany, and a big fan of the Bash Brothers and You know, when they had 3 straight Rookies of the Year with Canseco, McGuire, and Walt Weiss, you know, back to back to back, which was pretty cool. And they only ended up winning 1 World Series, which was too bad. They should have won at least a couple if it weren't for those pesky Dodgers.
Or the Giants.
Yeah. Oh, they beat the Giants. They swept the Giants. That was in the Earthquake game, or the Earthquake World Series there in Northern California, back in, what, 89. That's right. So those were some of my favorite players back in the day, and collecting baseball cards. I still have thousands and thousands of those that are absolutely worthless because they were made during a time period where there was no value. There was no value to those cards at all. They just made so many of them. The only thing that, you know, makes them worth anything is just that time, the time that it's been. It's been 30 years. You know, even the Upper Deck, when Upper Deck came out in 1989, and, you know, I got my Randy Johnson, got a couple of Randy Johnson rookie cards in there, got a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card in the Upper Deck. That was supposed to be like the big deal that it was. And then they realized, oh, there was way more Upper Deck that was produced than they initially said. So it's nowhere near as valuable now. Mateo Luna at the plate for BUENA. Leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch goes high, makes it 1-1 to Luna. Getting some cheers from the dugout. That pitch goes high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, I'm sorry, 3-0. And doesn't matter. He didn't make an effort to get out of the way, but it was ball 4 anyway. So the game-winning run comes to the plate. In the form of number 10, Caleb Piper, the sophomore. With Mateo Luna, the junior, on first. Piper seeing his first at-bat in this game in the bottom of the 4th. That is a drive to right field. Caught and thrown back in. So a high fly ball out there where the sun is right in the eyes. I don't know how they see that. How does he see it? He doesn't even have sunglasses on. I don't know how he even saw that, because that's ridiculous. The sun is right in his eyes. So 1 down with 1 on, and number 4 comes to the plate, who's not on the Max Preps roster. We've seen him pinch run several times over the course of this game. Watches it go in the dirt, 1-0. Breeze picks up a little bit. Swing and a miss on the high heat. So 1 down, 1 on. 0-1 count. Well, that pitch evens the count. And he does represent the game-winning run. It's a 15-run rule in 4 innings. We're in the bottom of the 4th. BUENA leads by 13 with a runner on. Boy, that breaking pitch. Out ahead of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hangs in there. Fouls it back. Two and 2 count. 1 down, 1 on. And they're holding the runner on first. As that goes inside, runs the count full. It's game 2 hours old. Hanging in there. Good job getting those cuts in. Still a full count. As time is called.
Too much sun.
For the field umpire to come in. Field umpire and home plate umpire are talking to Coach Tommy. So a full count. Here we go. Payoff pitch. And that goes high. The game-winning run is aboard with one down here in the bottom of the 4th. Number 18, who is also not on the Max Preps roster, comes to the plate. So all these utility players now getting their at-bats. Called strike. So they are not holding any of the runners on this time. Second baseman playing close to second. That one goes outside to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down. 2 on. The game-winning run is on first. And if not, then we go to the 5th. That's a high bouncer going to second, looking to turn 2. They get 1 and 2. A double play to end the inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th as the Colts end up stranding 2. But they're just 3 outs away from wrapping up this game and sealing their 10th win of this season. In a game brought to you by our fantastic sports sponsors. We're grateful for each and every one of them. They're in the post description, like Duran Plumbing, Sonic on East Fry Boulevard, Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road, Eagle Plumbing, Sherry Ethel Team at Long Realty, The Doggo Lotto, Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, TWN Communications, American Southwest Credit Union at ASCU.org, the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Stan Greer Millworks, Desert RV Center in Wichita City, Seniors Helping Seniors, and SSVEC. It is CIENEGA at BUENA after a night where BUENA was at CIENEGA. BUENA has doubled their offensive output from one night to the next. They won 8-2 last night. They lead 16-3 tonight here in the top of the 5th. And BUENA is 3 outs away from wrapping up this game. Looks like Giovanni Henderson, number 15, is on the mound for the Colts. He's a sophomore for BUENA. As he's taking his warm-up tosses here in the top of the 5th, looking to have that great defense behind him wrap up this game and seal the victory for the Colts. 5A Southern matchup 2 days in a row for these teams, back-to-back games, just in different locations. Two more throws for Giovanni. The present and future of this BUENA baseball team. A lot of questions about what will happen to BUENA over the course of these next couple years. Will they stay in the 5A Southern? Will they stay in the 5A at all? as news just broke earlier this week about the middle school will close at the end of this school year. Looking forward to having an interview with Superintendent Terry Romo of the Sierra Vista Unified School District in the very near future. Number 18, the leadoff hitter, Myers, for CIENEGA, gets one right through between second baseman and first baseman into right field. First pitch is a swinging single to right. Leadoff hitter aboard for CIENEGA. As Hernandez comes to the plate. And BUENA will hold Myers on first. And that is a rifle to the back. That was not a thud. That was a smack.
His spine made of metal or something?
It was had to be like shoulder, I'm guessing, like a shoulder bone?
Must be.
A shoulder blade? And right now, Coach Tommy about to cross that third baseline. Now he does. To have a talk with Giovanni, who 2 pitches, 2 runners are aboard. Here in the top of the 5th. The young pitcher will be put to the test here with no outs and 2 on. This is the top of, literally the top of the order for CIENEGA. Is Davila, the starting pitcher for the Bobcats, is ready to come to the plate. Coach Tommy heads back to the dugout. Now that shadow from the BUENA dugout going all the way out past second base as the sun continues to set here in Sierra Vista, almost quarter past the hour. So Carlos Davila, starting pitcher today. That's going to be a called strike. 0-1. So this is just setting up BUENA to get a triple play. That's going to be a called strike. That cutter hung in the zone just enough. 0-2. Boy, just waiting for that third strike right there. Low and away. Davila doesn't go for it. It's called a ball. 1-2. With 2 on, nobody out. Top of the 5th. The last chance for the Bobcats. And boy, do they have a good chance here. Put some runs on the board and keep this game going to one more inning. That's a bouncer. Over to Skyler. Steps on the bag, throws over to first base, and there's a huge collision at first. So Skyler was looking for the double play, got the force out at third, so 1 down. But the overthrow to first and the big collision at first base ends up putting runners on the corners with 1 down. And 1 run will score. I don't even know if I'll understand what I'm seeing. So 16-4. As number 14, Ballmer, the third baseman.
Wow. Purdue's up 2 on Texas with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that's an eternity in college basketball.
Yeah. 35 minutes.
Reggie Miller once scored 8 points in 9 seconds, so right in front of Spike Lee.
It was awesome.
So 1 down, 2 on, and a hit by pitch. The second batter hit by a pitch this inning will load the bases. It's actually not 16-4. It's still 16-3. They thought there was a run that came across, but Skyler tagged third base. So there's not been a run that came across in this inning. Numbers are hard when you've been here for the better part of 2.5 hours.
Nebraska, Iowa are tied with 3 minutes left in their game.
So the Sweet 16 is certainly living up to its billing.
Oh, yeah.
The team's playing really hard. When does U of A play? Is that tomorrow?
No, tonight, 6:45.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we got to wrap this up and get home.
Off the horn.
So after the hit by pitch, Manchara comes to the plate with the bases juiced. Boy, that looked good from here, but Robin Murray has a better view than we do. Inside, ball 1. So Giovanni hit 2 batters. That's a swing and a miss. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Bases loaded. Yeah. Game ends on a double play. And technically, Manchara represents the run that would keep this game alive for CIENEGA, as they need 4 runs to send it to the bottom of the 5th. Home plate umpire said, I think he said 2 balls, 2 strikes. The scoreboard says 1 and 2. So Manchara awaits from Giovanni. Beautiful pitch and a called strike 3. The Colts 1 out away from their 10th win of the season. As Arenas comes to the bat. Everybody on first base blocking the sun. Right fielder blocking the sun. First baseman holding his arm up. Even the batter, the first base runner, trying to block the sun. Beautiful pitch. Breaking pitch. 0-1. Pitch. Hit by pitch. Forces in a run. The third hit by a pitch in this inning. And Robin Murray has a talk with the young sophomore, Giovanni Henderson. Now it is 16-4. As Rodriguez comes to the plate. And the runner on first represents us going to the 6th inning. Or at least finishing out the bottom of the 5th, excuse me. And that is a drive to the shortstop, caught by Cortez, keeping it from going into center field. BUENA finds their 10th win of the season. Not very easily, but they do. The final score here, 16-4 in 5 innings. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors making this coverage possible. Duran Plumbing, Sonic on East Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista, Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista, Eagle Plumbing, the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, the Doggo Lotto, Vista Pros, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, TWN Communications, American Southwest Credit Union, the MORSE Automotive Group, Stan Greer Millworks, Desert RV in Huachuca City, Seniors Helping Seniors, and a game powered by SSVEC. The Colts go to 10-5-1. The Bobcats fall to 4-11-1. The Bobcats will host Casa Grande tomorrow night. And the Colts' next game will be on Tuesday the 31st at Nogales. On behalf of all of us at the award-winning Cool FM Sports, I'm Jeff Davenport on behalf of John Berger and all of us here at Cool FM Live, signing off from Coppola Field in Sierra Vista, wishing you a wonderful rest of your evening. Go Wildcats! We'll check in with you again later on. Colts win 16-4.